The Indianapolis 500 has had its share of iconic winners, but many have been memories plastered on the museum's walls and doors leading to the track, as some drivers have been remembered more than others. These four drivers are examples of triumph of the Speedway as they etch their names on the Borg-Warner Trophy, but many people have forgotten about them, leaving them into the halls of history, and others have not been talked about ever since their iconic victories at the Yard of Bricks. These are the stories of the four drivers, what led them to this point, and how they have become what I call the four forgotten ghosts of the Indianapolis 500. Starting at number 1. Number 1. Kenny Brack. Brack today is more known for a wreck that could have killed him in 2003 at Texas Motor Speedway, as his car ricocheted up near the fence that could have, again, left him dead and not with a career. His career slowed after this incident in Texas, as he only ran in one more race throughout his entire career. Then he called it quits in 2005 after racing in one race that season. Brack quickly worked his way to the IndyCar series in 1997, where he put up decent stats in the series when he ran an IndyCar from 1997 to 2003 and then again in 2005. But did you know his most iconic win and yet his most notable win in the series was in the 1999 Indianapolis 500, where, as many know, Robby Gordon could have won the race with 2 laps to go in the race, as in his long and storied career, he could have finally won racing's holy grail. Then, as he was low on gas, Brack passed him through turn 4, and yet the rest is history.
John Menard's 20th year at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and he's got a driver leading as he now heads into 3.
Will there be team tactics? Here is Gordon moving around the third point car of Buell. No block by Buell for Brack. Gordon continues to roll.
He does. Slower traffic, but here comes Kenny Brack. Gordon with the lead. Slower traffic. Kenny Brack. Now Gordon's pulling in. He's pulling in. Kenny Brack has got it. Robby Gordon, we didn't think he could make it. Kenny Brack has picked up the lead. Now with 1 lap remaining, Kenny Brack sees the white flag as he heads into 1. Checker flags are out, and you name it, a new face will adorn the Borg-Warner Trophy as Kenny Brack wins the 83rd Indianapolis 500-mile race. And who will be there to greet him? 4-time Indianapolis 500 winner, A.J. Foyt.
This would have marked the legendary A.J. Foyt's 5th Indy 500 victory, and first one as an owner, as Brack won in the most 2011 Indy 500 type of way, because Gordon was in the short chute and could have won the race. But now, the rest is history. Today, Brack is currently living in England as he has started a new life helping the Formula One team, such as McLaren, build new prototypes for race cars to use in the future. But at the end of the day, Brack told Dave First in a 2021 interview that the Indy 500 win in 1999 was the most exciting win of his life that he holds for years to come. Number 2. Buddy Rice. Rain and a risk for tornadoes were the name of the game at the 88th Indianapolis 500, but as the weather got icky, so did many cast showers on Buddy Rice's career. Rice had a slow progression into IndyCar, as his first 2 seasons only saw him take 1 podium and 0 top 5s and 0 wins, with an average finish of 18.12 if you add up his careers in 2002 and 2003 with Red Bull Racing. Going into the Indy 500, no one expected any late-night comedian to own a team and get a driver whose only start in racing were in the Rolex Grand Am Series. Rice proved everyone wrong, scoring first in the pole position leading up to the race, and his crew won the yearly pit stop contest. So all eyes were now on the undersized Rice to win the greatest titan of them all. The race began about 2 hours behind schedule due to a morning rain delay, and about 27 laps were completed, and then again rain fell, and it threatened to wash out the rest of the day. About 2 hours later, the rain had ceased, and the track was quickly dried. All you had to say was, "Rain, rain, go away," for it to damper on Rice's parade. But again, he proved everyone wrong, leading all the way until the final pit stops and rain started pouring down yet again, ending the race. And for Graham Rahal and David Letterman, this would be a historic win for the Indianapolis natives, winning their first race together as a team, in a season where Rice only won 3 races in 2004. The 2004 season happened to be Buddy Rice's last great season in IndyCar. He made more starts from 2005 to 2008, starting in all or half of team races before calling it quits in IndyCar in 2008, before reappearing again in 2011. Today, he is a crew member of the Dreyer and Ringbolt racing crew, working with the Nitro Rallycross team and acting as a crew chief and part owner. For his other racing ventures, his other most notable win was in the 2009 24 Hours at Daytona for Brumos Racing. Number 3, watch for yourself.
The third generation of the Andretti family to race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 2 laps away from a win in turn number 1.
Here comes Sam, though. He is closing up on Marco Andretti, about 5 or 6 car lengths back into turn 2. You can visually see him closing the gap. Sam Hornish Jr. has battled adversity throughout the day. He's trying to get the lead in Indy. He pulls up on the rear wing of Marco Andretti. Nobody is seated. Fans on their feet. Hornish all over Marco Andretti. Almost goes into the pit lane. Marco slams the door, holds the lead by 5 car lengths. Marco Andretti in the short chute. That lead is about 10 car lengths over Sam Hornish Jr. He's down the front straightaway, trying to get the win.
The white flag is out at the world's greatest race course. 19-year-old Marco Andretti, now less than 2 miles away from winning the 90th Indianapolis 500.
More left-hand turns, and Marco Andretti has spunched the lead. He heads into the second corner. What a headline it's going to make. Marco Andretti wins in his debut in Indianapolis. He has a 7-car length advantage midway down the backstretch for the final time. Coming up on the scene in which he may have won the race last time by. They're waving bandanas, waving hats. Cut the left turn for racing immortality for 19-year-old Marco Andretti. And Sam Hornish Jr. right on the tail of Marco Andretti. Can a teenager win in Indianapolis?
4, here's the finish. Sam Hornish Jr. makes the pass, he'll win it.
In one of the most exciting finishes in Indianapolis 500 history, with an Andretti curse as old as time, Marco, the son of Michael, who also ran in the race, was oh so close to winning the Andretti's first 500 since, well, in 1969 when Mario won the 500. But who was the driver of that car who passed Marco in that iconic number 6 Penske car that has become a staple to the 500 today, as mentioned in number 4. This driver replaced Gil De Ferran in the number 6 car as Helio was still running this race. But who was the driver on the memorable finish in the 2006 Indy 500 that still leave many stunned? That driver was Sam Hornish Jr. Hornish Jr. was one of IndyCar's most accomplished drivers at the time, winning the 2002 and 2003 Indy Racing League Championship in a close battle at Texas for the win in 2002. By 2005, Hornish established himself as one of the best drivers to beat, racing not just in IndyCar, but in NASCAR, where his career ended in 2007. But through his long career, this one race defied historic relevances and reshaped history, which happened in the 2006 Indy 500. After the Indy 500, Hornish Jr. would somewhat retire from racing, but at the end of 2006, he was leaving his trophy case with one more trophy, the IndyCar Championship, as he would win his 3rd championship in the past 3 years in the IndyCar Series. After 2006, he retired from IndyCar and was replaced by Ryan Briscoe in the years following him, leaving Team Penske. Today, Hornish Jr. competes part-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, but has not made many starts and is mainly used as a backup driver. This as the Andretti curse continues, with many questions being raised on how this man defeated a giant in the greatest spectacle of racing. Number 4, Gil De Ferran. As mentioned above with Sam Hornish Jr., Team Penske has had some notable names come out of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, including the famed Roger Penske taking a role as the president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But what if I told you, besides Sam Hornish Jr., that there was another driver before him that had won the Indy 500 3 years before he did? And this race happened to be in 2003 at the Indy 500. Gil De Ferran had previously ran for CAR and the USAC Champ Car Series, with scoring average finishes leading into that 2003 season. At the start of the 500, his teammate Helio Castroneves was going to win his record-breaking third Indy 500 since the last season, when he defeated Paul Tracy in a controversial finish. But this year, he had different plans. But this time, he played it more friendly, as Gil De Ferran led for most of the race, even holding off guys such as Tony Kanaan, who was also another heavy favorite, to finish in that race, which he finished third. But it was all Penske leading to the finish. De Ferran was an unsung hero who won the Indy 500, but he is also the most forgotten winner in Indy 500 history, as this was his last racing career venture for Team Penske and IndyCar, and he would never make another start in the series again. He only raced one more time in racing in 2011 for the Repco Supercars Chip Series, where he only ran for 2 races. As of this hour and as of today, De Ferran is actually the team consultant and crew member for the McLaren Formula One team. But he will always remember that moment in time when he won the 500, as he said in an interview. But he happens to also be the most forgotten of all of the winners of the Indianapolis 500 who have ever won for Team Penske at the race. As we remember these drivers, these 4 drivers are etched in the Board Warner Trophy, which may look creepy on the surface, but in reality, their names are etched in history, etched and forgotten about. But still, man, that 2006 race still gets me to this day. I was 5 years old watching it, and boy, I was really upset at the end, let me tell you that. How about we replay that one more time?
At the stripe, it's Hornish wins by 6/100ths of a second. The closest finish, second closest in Indy history.
All right.